Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. From this video we'll talk about the new topic, that is the inflammation. So inflammation is basically a response of the vascularized tissue. And what is the function of inflammation? It basically delivers the leukocytes and molecules of host defense from circulation to the site of damage or infection. And what is the very purpose? It is to eliminate the offending agent. Basically what inflammation is doing, it is bringing all the leukocytes and molecules of host defense like the complement system from the circulation, that is from the blood vessels, to the site of infection or inflammation in the tissue. And what is the basic function? That is to eliminate the offending agent or the microbe. Okay. So in order to remember in one line, you can remember it is a response of the vascularized tissue and its function is to eliminate the offending agent. तो जब भी कोई बॉडी टिश्यू इंजर्ड होती है तो बॉडी का रिस्पॉन्स दो जगह आता है, दैट इज़ द बाय मेकिंग द चेंजेस इन द ब्लड वेसल्स एंड सेकेंड वाज बाय चेंजेस इन द सेल इन द कनेक्टिव टिश्यू. सो इन्फ्लेमेशन इज बेसिकली ऑल अबाउट द स्टडी अबाउट द चेंजेस इन द ब्लड वेसल्स एंड द सेल्स और द कनेक्टिव टिश्यू. अब एक क्वेश्चन राइज होता है कि व्हाट आर कैन बी द कॉजेज ऑफ इन्फ्लेमेशन दैट लीड टू सच चेंजेस इन आवर बॉडी. सो द कॉजेज में बी इन्फेक्शंस, टिश्यू नेक्रोसिस, immune reaction or the foreign bodies. Infection may be some bacterial, viral or fungal infection. Tissue necrosis may be due to some damage or ischemia. Immune reaction can include hypersensitivity reactions and the foreign bodies may also include the toxins. Okay, so these are the basic causes of the inflammation. There was a scientist called Celsus which defined the cardinal features of inflammation. But cardinal features of inflammation means if these all characteristic features are present, we can call that particular thing as inflammation. So what are those? That is called the rubor, calor, tumor and dolor. Rubor, see R stands for redness. Calor you can understand by the word calorie, which refers to heat energy. Okay, that's basically the increase in temperature. Tumor, basically I think everybody can stand. Tumor basically stands for the swelling and dolor stands for pain. So these are the basic characteristics or the cardinal features of inflammation as described by the Celsus. But Virchow added one more property or one more cardinal feature to inflammation, that is called the functio laesa, which basically means the loss of function. If the particular tissue or the cell is undergoing inflammation, it will lead to the loss of function of that particular tissue or the cell. So these were the features, cardinal features of inflammation as described by the Celsus, and functio laesa or the loss of function was added by the scientist Virchow. There might one basic question arise in your mind: how does the body identify the causes of inflammation? As we discuss about the causes of inflammation can be infection, tissue necrosis, immune reaction और the foreign bodies, तो हमें बॉडी को पता कैसे चलता है कि ये सब पर्टिकुलर कॉज हमारे बॉडी में प्रेजेंट है. सो बेसिकली दे आर सर्टेन सेलुलर रिसेप्टर्स एंड सर्कुलेटिंग प्रोटीन्स दैट आइडेंटिफाई द फॉलोइंग कॉजेज ऑफ द इन्फ्लेमेशन. See, recognition of the microbial components of the substance released from the damaged cells helps in the identification of the inflammation, or it tells the body that it has to undergo the process of inflammation in order to eliminate the offending agent or the offending microbial component. Other examples may include the toll-like receptors which are present in the leukocyte dendritic cells or in the macrophages that identify the foreign bodies or the microbes. Nod-like receptors can recognize the molecules of cell damage. See, the molecules of cell damage includes the ATP, which is present inside the mitochondria, ATP, potassium, DNA and uric acid, which are released when the cell undergo lysis or the cell damage. And the other are the complement system that helps to identify the causes of inflammation. So body identify the causes of inflammation by the following methods. See, inflammation can be broadly classified into two categories: acute inflammation or the chronic inflammation. Basically, in both the type of inflammation, there will be changes in the blood vessels and changes in the cells or connective tissue that we will be studying in detail in the later part of this video or the upcoming videos. But before discussing in detail the difference of the acute inflammation and the chronic inflammation, we have to know about each one in detail. See, we will be discussing acute inflammation in detail as well as the chronic inflammation. But meanwhile, certain difference you should know. If the inflammation or the changes in the blood vessels or the cells is of short duration, it is called the acute inflammation. but if the changes persist for a longer duration, it is called the chronic inflammation. In acute inflammation, as I told you, in inflammation what happens, the delivers the leukocytes and molecules of host defense. If the leukocytes are basically the neutrophils, it comes under the acute inflammation. But if the mononuclear WBCs, that are basically the lymphocytes and monocytes, are present in the inflammatory site or the site of infection or the cell damage, it is called the chronic inflammation. These two basic differences you should know, but other differences are also present that we'll discussing in detail when we discuss separately about the acute inflammation and the chronic inflammation.